Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to a Project Pan update. For everybody who doesn't know, I am doing a hashtag Team Project Pan together with the girls from Beauty News and all the community of Beauty News that does this type of project. It's a full face and body rolling project pan, and the way I do it is just base products, not colorful products, because I can't choose and decide to finish things and use always the same lipstick or blush. That is not me. But today I wanted to do an update a little bit differently, not just showing you the products and telling you the weight, but I actually filmed myself putting it on, since it's products for my base. It's my full, pretty much my full base. And I wanted to show you how I use them and talk you through them. I hope this a little bit different thing is interesting and nice. Please let me know in the comments if it is, or if it isn't, and you found it a waste of time. That's also fine, but just say it nicely, please. Don't be rude. And yeah, let's get right into it. Let's start with things as they're supposed to be applied. I'm starting with my Bamboo Matte Arborian cream. I'm just like placing a little turd. And then my foundation for this project pan, which is Double Wear Stay in Place, and a pump of that on my hand. The pump comes separately, by the way, but I think it's a required necessity. And then with the brush, I just go and swirl and mix and then apply. And this is, I don't know, a combo that I really like. It lasts a very long time on my skin, and it's a little bit maybe heavier than the Nabla one that I was using just before. Which, by the way, the Nabla's foundation is finished. I mentioned that in my previous check-in, but yeah, since I didn't keep it in my hands now because I wanted to do this update in a little bit of a different way. The Nabla foundation is finished, and I am now finally moving on to my next one. It's, I don't know, I have a lot of this now still. I am actually right here with it. I just wrote it down with a marker. I need to go and do it with a proper, like a waterproof marker, but that's where I am now with this foundation. So a long way to go, but I have all the winter months to use it. And I've been using makeup quite a bit this month, which is a nice surprise, and I decided that just any occasion is good. Any little time that I have extra is good to do my makeup, and I'm enjoying it a lot. So this is the base, and you can see it's really not a full coverage base, but it covered my redness, it like uniformed my skin tone, but yeah, not really much more than that. And you can still see freckles and like my sunspot here. It's still quite doable. Next up is the NARS Close-Up Concealer. Close-Up Concealer, it's the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade Canal. And with this foundation being lighter than the Nabla one that I was using, Canal works way better as a concealer. So I've been using it quite a bit. Progress is limited in the sense that it is a new concealer. I had used it very little before putting it in this project. So I have definitely a long way to go. And I'm actually already thinking about what to do next year, of course, because this is the last check-in before the finale. And I'm actually not sure I want to put this one in to finish. Because I have other concealers that, let's say, I don't necessarily like less, but they were less expensive. So I feel like I want to rather finish those before. But I think this is the oldest one, so maybe I should just use this one. I don't know, it's still work in progress. And here is the base with the concealer done. Next product that I inserted last check-in is the Nabla Smoothing Pressed Powder. This is definitely a close-up from the close-up line, yes. I have the shade Light, and there is already a dip in there, and I want to work through it. I have a ton of powders, and I have to say I quite like this, especially now that my skin is more normal, probably thanks to the pregnancy, and less oily. This works really well to set the makeup, and it's not particularly like oil control, but it sets the makeup and it smooths. It really does like blur a little bit all of the area. I hope you can see it also on camera. It really does give, my light is going in and out, I'm sorry. It really does give a bit of a different feel to it. So I'm actually really enjoying using it, and it's a powder that I'm happy to use. The next product in my project pan is this guy, the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade in chocolate. And this, of course, there's a long way to go. This is probably something that I will bring on to next year. But even though it's quite dry, I had used Duraline at the beginning quite some time ago when I started using this again. So last month, I guess, at the beginning of the month. But I have not, I think, added any Duraline since. And I'm just using a tiny brush to make strokes in my brows. I already had soap brows in my brows, just to keep them in place a little bit. But as you see, when I do my base, then they all move around because I try to get my foundation, of course, close to my brows. And then if you just brush them back in place with soap brows, they just stay again. If you don't touch them, they'll stay. And then this is just simply what I do with this product, and that's also probably why it will last me for a lifetime. But I'm happy that I get to use it again, because I do think I prefer this one to the Nabla one. It's a little bit drier. The color is a little bit more neutral and darker, so it doesn't contrast as much with my natural brows, but it still gives a little bit more warmth. Because my brows, you can see it here at the beginning, they're quite ashy in color. I think that's quite normal that brows are more ashy in undertone. My own hair is, I don't know, this is probably now my actual hair color with all my grays poking through. But yeah, this one gives a little bit of a more warm look to it. And that is really all that I do with my brows. And magically, my makeup is finished. I finished up the rest of the face with products that are not in my project pan, just because I wanted to. I reused my Unlocked palette by Hourglass on my cheeks. I have the Sephora Lip Stain 01 Always Red on my lips, which is warmer and brighter than my sweater. So I don't love that it doesn't match perfectly. And on my eyes, I actually recorded this for stories on Instagram, and that's why you didn't see it, is the new Colourpop Raw Beauty Christie palette, which I asked you on Instagram, but I'll ask you here as well, to let me know what type of content you'd like to see. So review and swatches, review swatches and dupes, review swatches and a look, something like that. But in the meantime, I'm testing it, because first impressions are not reviews. So I'm testing it already. This is my second day, and I'd like to have the content up before the restock on 11th of December. So let me know in the comments what you'd like to see with it. But now let's go back to our project pan update, because we diverged, and I'll go through the weights update with you. So this guy right here, I don't know if you can see through it, but I am here with the amount, so it's actually going quite well. Keeping in mind that I started when it was pretty much new, I had used it a few times before inserting in this project. It's down to here, so that's going well. I'm actually going to be sad, because I actually really like mixing this with all foundation, as you've seen, but I might just put another moisturizer without SPF in and try that next year, or once this is finished. This one went from 24.7 to 23.4 grams, so around 1.3 grams less. Going well. As you've seen, that's how I use it, so it's going well. This guy right here, I showed you, I marked it now. I hadn't marked it before, unfortunately, last month, but I think it could have been a good shot that was where I was earlier, because I didn't really use it since the last time I marked it for my project pan. So I expect that this is my progress for this month. I went from 106.26 to 105.38, so almost a gram of product used. And yeah, I don't know that this is in grams. No, it doesn't say. But we'll see how long. I really want to finish it because it's old, but I like it. So I'm also not going to be mad. I told you I finished my Nabla close-up foundation at some point in the month, around day 20 or so. It went from 9.78 to 9.28. So I only had half a gram left, and I really was squeezing everything out. I like this, and I have a full size coming actually from a friend who has it double. So I am excited because I can throw this one away and know that I can have the same foundation for next summer, which is good. Once I go through the rest of them, always an issue. The concealer, last time I told you I finished the mini of the NARS Radiant Creamy in Custard, and I'm using now Cannelle. Fits very well for winter for me actually. It really was just a little bit too light for the Nabla foundation, which is more of my summer shade anyways. So this one went from 23.3 to 22.9, so 0.4 grams. It's slower because you've seen I use very, very small amount of it, but still in love with it. Also now the color is really, really good, I think. The new powder that I used after the Neve Cosmetics one shattered on me and I gave up on it, which is still in my drawer. I still didn't save the pan or something, but the Nabla smoothing powder went from 60.3 to 60 grams. Yeah, it's not a lot, but I really do see a dip in it, and I hope to actually hit pan maybe by the end of the year. I have no idea. I'm not rushing per se to finish it because I like it, as I said, but I have so many powders that I really need to get a go on these. I'm gonna think about actually changing this one out with the new year though. We'll talk about it when the time comes, because I found an older powder than this one, so that new one needs to go first. My eyeshadow primer, this is the Milani one. It went from 10.76 to 10.56, so 0.2 grams difference. But again, I use so little of it, but I do my eye makeup every single time I do my makeup, so it's being used, just very little. And the Dip Brow pomade went from 41.94 to 41.88. So 0.06 grams of use. But this is going to be very similar to the Nabla situation, in which it will be a forever type of thing. This could take me 2 years of daily use to go through. And I actually have so many other brow products, but they're more recent. They're not as old, and I think I could finish those much faster. But I do prefer the pomade or the marker to all the pencils that I have. So yeah, we'll see what I'll do with that. I have still some hair products in my project. The Botanical Coriander Strength Source Potion, whatever. It's actually really, really low because I cannot see through it, but when I go in with a pipette, I really have to screw it in to actually get anything out. That went from 52.8 to 48 grams. So quite a big progress. I'm hoping to finish this, if not, this month, by the end of the year. Yeah, I want to finish it by the end of the year. That's the goal. Then we have the Joico oil, and I was mentioning in my last haul that since this is so low, I already bought a follow-up for it, like another styling oil, during the Look Fantastic 20% off sale that was in November. You can see that haul if you want to, shameless plug. This one went from 53.9 to 50.6. Also, I'm looking at my phone, but it's a little bit far, and I usually wear glasses. Oh, it's so much clearer, by the way. But the glasses are dirty and they reflect light. So so that one is going well. I would also like to finish it by the end of the year. Let's see. And then finally the anti-frizz lotion by Biofficina Toscana. This went from 56.5 to 52 grams, and I don't know, feels like a third of the way down, a quarter of the way down. Might be able to finish this one by the end of the year too. Hoping. I don't know how people actually can predict these things, but I'm hoping. And I'm also hoping, segue, that you enjoyed a little bit the different, like me showing you how I use these products today. It was just because I was gonna use them, and I thought, well, I might as well film it so that you see how I use them instead of me talking about it. How is your project plan going? What are you thinking for next year? Because I've been doing this now 2 years in a row, this type of project, and I'm not sure if I should continue. It's been very useful, but Maybe I should do something else. I don't know yet. Maybe I will do 2 different projects, but then update them at the same time. I don't know. Let me know what you think, what your favorite way of doing project plans is, because I'm curious. And yeah, the next one is the finale, guys. Just looking back at everything that used and finished this year in this project plan. Hopefully with a good update for the rest of the products, and some of them will be finished. At least the hair products should be finished. The makeup, no. I just switched out things. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Let me know all of the things in the comments down below. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.